Thank you so much for joining our session. We are really excited to talk to you about search engine marketing today. Our goal is for you to walk away from this presentation feeling confident in the basics of these strategies, and you'll have some actionable tips to take away and implement into your campaigns. We've also incorporated some timely information about how AI is impacting the search landscape that we think you'll find interesting. So let's jump right in, starting with some quick introductions. My name is Amy Lytle, and I'm one of the assistant directors on the paid search team here at Carnegie. I love working on landing pages and playing detective in our campaigns. And on a personal note, I have far too many houseplants. I know my background is blurred, but I swear there are a lot of them back there. Finally, my Carnegie persona is the curious and analytical oracle.
Hi, everyone. I'm Haley Mullen, and I'm also an assistant director of paid search. I would describe myself as a keyword deep diver who is continuously striving for and focused on innovation. I love spending time traveling and enjoying a caffeinated drink to keep me going. And my Carnegie persona is the independent and aesthetic philosopher.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mia Pang. I'm a director of content and SEO. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. Besides doing SEO and content marketing, I am also a cat mom and a big foodie. So if you also like food or if you have a cat, please let me know in the chat. My persona is the persevering and creative curator.
So before we dive into the content of our presentation, we want to provide a high-level agenda. We'll be kicking things off with a PPC overview, and then we'll move into an SEO overview. We'll then explore how PPC and SEO can collaborate. And then lastly, we'll wrap things up with a very timely topic, which is AI's impact on search engine marketing. So before we dive into the specifics of SEO and PPC, I want us to consider, why are they important? Why is the content in this presentation so valuable? Well, for starters, PPC and organic website traffic, in our experience, are typically the main drivers and inquiries across any marketing strategy. And that is because both PPC and SEO are great at capturing high quality, high intent leads from all kinds of audiences that we at Carnegie work with daily, from general undergraduate to online graduate degrees to community college certificates. We have an example Carnegie client that we wanted to use to provide the possible success obtained from PPC and SEO. So we have a question for the audience. Can you please add in the Whova chat what your guess is of the percentage of total inquiries that came from organic and PPC traffic for our example Carnegie client? We will have our moderator, Ashley, share a few guesses to see how close we get, and I'll give you all a few seconds to enter your percentage guesses in the Whova chat.
Any guesses? This must be your, I think you stumped it. Okay, we got one. 70, 90, 48.
Those are good guesses.
56, 75, 78, 98. Nobody hit the nail on the head just yet. Very, very fun guesses though. 62, yeah. 100. Pass it back to you. Let us know, Haley.
Those are fun guesses. Thank you, everyone, for adding those in the chat. I'll reveal that for our example client, 83% of inquiries came from organic and PPC traffic, which is a pretty impressive percentage. If you still need some convincing of their importance, we'll be diving into the topic of AI and specifically SGE later in the presentation to just really reinforce the importance of PPC and SEO. First, we want to make sure we all have a common understanding of what the SERP is, since we'll be referencing it pretty frequently throughout the presentation. SERP stands for Search Engine Results Page, and to simplify it, the SERP organizes the results triggered by a search. The SERP is made up of both paid results from PPC campaigns, indicated by the sponsored text above each ad in the top box in the screenshot to the right here, as well as organic results. For organic results, you do not have to pay for these, but strong organic ad ranking is achieved through search engine optimizing efforts on your website. Now that we all have a basic understanding of the SERP, we can go ahead and kick it off with our PPC overview. PPC, or pay-per-click, is a digital advertising tactic in which ads appear on a search engine results page when prospective students search for colleges. You pay only when your ad is clicked to optimize your advertising budget. PPC is able to deliver strong performance because with this tactic, you reach motivated prospective students in the moment that they're actively researching by using targeted keywords. As I mentioned in my introduction, I consider myself a keyword deep diver, so there's plenty of opportunity to dig into keyword and search term data, but there's also a lot of value in the demographic data and geo data as well that can help you to refine your marketing strategies. A large part of understanding PPC as a strategy is understanding the ad auction, which takes place every time that someone makes a search. When someone does this, step 1 shows the Google Ads system finds all ads whose keywords match that search, which is why bidding on highly relevant and targeted keywords is necessary to achieve success with this tactic. Step 2, from those ads, the system will ignore any that aren't eligible. One example is ads that are targeting a different country. And then of the remaining ads, the search engine results page order is determined by really multiple factors, such as the quality of the ad. So to drill things down a step further, we want to break down the anatomy of a PPC ad. The primary ad format are responsive search ads, which allow you to provide multiple headlines and descriptions, which Google will then dynamically combine to best match copy to each user. Here in this example, we can take it from the top, starting with the display URL. This is something you can customize based on the goal of your campaign. So in this example, adults and finished degree are being used to best appeal to the audience of this campaign. This can seem like a really granular detail, but our recommendation is to take advantage of any available opportunities to really refine and tailor your ad to align with your goals. So we'll commonly use learn more or apply now in our display paths as well, just to help further reinforce a call to action. Next are headlines, and this is when Google comes into play to decide which headlines will appear out of the possible 15. Google will test the most promising ad combinations, and then over time it will learn which combination is relevant for different queries and will show what it predicts to perform best. The same goes for descriptions, which is the last highlighted portion. Out of 4 possible descriptions, Google will optimize and show a combination of 2 when the ad appears on the search engine results page. Our recommendation is to utilize the maximum number of headlines and descriptions to give Google the max amount of ad copy to play around with and optimize, and it will also help you to better understand what messaging and value props resonate with your audience. And this kind of learning can be carried across your marketing strategies, such as within your social ads. The second element of a PPC ad, which plays a role in the overall structure, are ad extensions, which provide supplemental information to help users make informed decisions. In our experience, extensions are often overlooked by other agencies or when campaigns are managed in-house. But as a pro tip, extensions allow you to maximize your presence on the search engine results page, so we highly recommend utilizing them. Starting first with callouts, these are a very short portion of text that can be used to highlight key value propositions. So in this example, it is that scholarships are available, as this will highly appeal to the audience. Next, structured snippet extensions are a bit rigid in that you have to select the text type from a set dropdown. In this example, we use degree programs, but courses is an additional option that is most relevant to higher education. This extension type really helps to provide the opportunity to list a number of degree programs or courses that you feel are best to highlight in the ad. The last extension type that we utilize in this example are site links. This extension type allows you to link to other areas of your website that you think are valuable in the decision-making process. So we'll often link to the admissions page, which is the example here, in addition to the financial aid page, degrees and certificates, which provides a place for all available offerings that you can fit in the structured snippet. And lastly, for students that may be further in the enrollment funnel and are ready to apply, you can link to the application page.
Keywords truly are the backbone of PPC. These are just words or phrases that your prospective students are already searching to find an institution just like yours. Adding them to your PPC campaign allows you to reach those users while they're motivated and ready to take action. There are a couple tools to help you discover the right keywords to use. We recommend Google's Keyword Planner, which uses Google's internal insights to provide both historical and forecasted data for keywords related to your goals. A pro tip, match types give you control over those keywords. So if you want to strictly reach users who are searching for an MBA degree, you can use the exact match type to display ads on searches that mean the same thing as MBA, as you can see with the Search MBA program in the graphic on the right. On the opposite end, using the broad match type allows you to expand your reach to users searching for things related to MBA, like hybrid business graduate degree. Our team actually just had a private training with a Google product specialist as a part of our premier partnership with Google. And he said that there have been over 50,000 improvements to the broad match type over the last 5 years. So we do think it's a match type worth testing at this point. Lastly, don't forget to add negative keywords, which provide even more control. You can add these to stop your ads from showing on certain searches. So if you don't want your ad to show on searches for current students looking to access their school email, add email as a negative. We are going to talk about Performance Max campaigns for just a moment, since they do have a paid search aspect. This is a newer all-in-one campaign type where you can drive performance across every channel Google offers, which includes display, YouTube, Gmail, Google's Discover app, Maps, and of course, the Google search results. While the search ads from PMax campaigns look exactly like the PPC ads we just discussed, the campaign setup is entirely different. You don't use any keyword targeting at all, and instead you're going to create audience signals using things like first-party data and search themes to guide Google's AI in identifying which users are likely to convert, and then the platform displays ads to those users wherever they are within Google's inventory. We actually just attended Google Marketing Live yesterday, which is Google's annual event announcing product updates and new features, and they shared that more robust reporting and controls should be coming to these campaigns soon. So while this is a newer campaign type, we've seen success with it, so we do think it can be worth testing depending on your goals.
Right, now that we know about PPC, what exactly is SEO? How is that helpful to my institution and my marketing goals, you might ask? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So essentially, it's the process of optimizing your website's technical elements, improving your website content and user experience so that your institution is more visible on search engines such as Google. And unlike PPC ads, which you need to pay a certain amount of money to Google in order to show up in the search results, SEO and organic search strategies help you earn free traffic to your website on Google and other search engines. So if your website is optimized and has helpful content, when prospective students type in a keyword on search engines, you will be able to rank higher on the search result page. The higher you rank on Google, the more traffic you will get, and the better your website content is, the more likely that your prospective students will convert and enroll. And when we talk about SEO, we first need to understand how Google ranks content and the algorithm. The Google search algorithm refers to the process that Google uses to rank content in the search engine results. When you use Google search, right, for example, if you want to buy a pair of earbuds today, you might type in the best earbuds to buy, and you will see that some websites are ranked higher in the search results than others. There is a very sophisticated algorithm behind that order of search results presented to you. And of course, Google does not disclose their ranking factors, but it's believed that there are over 200 ranking factors that Google evaluates. The algorithm is constantly changing, and Google rolls out updates every now and then to ensure that Google users can find the best answers using their search engine. For example, just in March, they rolled out a pretty big core update, and a lot of the low quality content that doesn't provide value to users got removed from the search results. So the ranking algorithm is very dynamic, it keeps evolving, but having high quality human first content is always the #1 ranking factor. Without content, your website cannot show up in any organic search results. Since Google's ultimate goal is to serve users the best answers and insights, it rewards high quality content with more traffic by ranking it higher than others. But what do we mean by quality content, right? Actually, Google has a quality content guideline. It's called EEAT. That means your content should demonstrate expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And besides EEAT, Google also looks at many other signals in order to rank content. So some of the important ones are the word count of your content, grammar, your keywords that you use in the copy, headers, images, links, and metadata, etc. These are all going to affect your website rankings. And just like PPC, the role of keywords is also an important component of SEO strategies to help you capture your target audience by ranking for keywords that prospective students will search on Google. So what types of keywords do students search? And what kind of keywords we should target in our content, right? According to a survey conducted by Carnegie here, 80% of the prospective undergraduate students use search engines to find information about available degrees without already having a school in mind. And 64% of prospective graduate students said that they know what kind of degrees they want to pursue, what kind of areas they want to study, but they don't have a specific school in mind when they start their college search. So what that means to us as content marketers. The majority of our target audience actually uses program-related keywords without any brand names when they search on Google. And throughout the college search journey, student search behavior will change as they narrow down their focus. Different search terms represent different stages in the conversion funnel. So let's take a look at an example of how student search behavior evolves over time. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this enrollment funnel, right? At the top, when students are at that very early awareness stage, they might roughly know what kind of programs or majors they're interested in. So they might start their search with a keyword like bachelor's in business programs. Then as they learn more about the program options, school options, they will refine their search keywords to reflect their needs. As they go into the evaluation stage and enrollment stage, their search terms become more and more specific and detailed. Throughout that student journey, prospective students use different types of keywords to find the information they need to make their college enrollment decisions. So the value of SEO is meeting your students' need by building engaging content that can speak to your target audience at each stage of the funnel, and help your website target prospective students through both branded and unbranded keywords. By seeing things from their perspective and providing helpful content that can answer their questions, we expect establish trust with our prospective students, and eventually we achieve our goal of increasing student reach and traffic with this very user-centric approach.
Let's talk now about how these strategies can work together and the differences between them. Here's a comparison of the different tactics we've talked about. PMax is an obvious standout since ads can show on other networks besides Google search. Additionally, both PPC and PMax do come with the cost of paying for the ad clicks, while clicks from organic listings are free. Getting clicks from Google search from any of these strategies is a really great way to drive performance from users who are actively searching for something. And these are some of the best tactics for driving direct lower funnel conversion. With ad campaigns like PPC and PMax, you can start driving conversions soon after you launch the campaign. On the other hand, SEO can take longer to start paying off, but the bright side is that your SEO strategy will continue to benefit your website traffic long term, even after you stop that active work. In ad campaigns, those directions will stop as soon as you turn the campaigns off. This graphic illustrates how these strategies can complement each other. So again, with SEO, you are going to spend more time up front creating and implementing content, fixing backend technical issues, and then giving the search engines time to index your new content. While you're doing that, your PPC campaign can launch and start generating conversions. Once that campaign ends, SEO will continue to drive performance, and PPC is always there to give you that extra boost. While these two strategies can fill in each other's gaps, they also work really well when run together. Implementing both helps you to really maximize your visibility and engagement, whether users are clicking on ads or skipping right over them. Having your PPC and SEO teams work together can help to align your messaging, ensuring that your prospective students hear the right information in your brand's voice. In PPC campaigns, you get to easily and directly control the ad copy and the landing page, whereas SEO listings are more at the mercy of Google's algorithm. Another pro tip, try using your SEO optimized pages as site link extensions to get you more traffic to that content and to deepen your collaboration across teams. PPC also has the benefit of running in a more controlled environment. So it does provide a great opportunity to test copy and content that you might then implement in your SEO strategy. Your SEO and PPC teams can also share keyword insights with each other, which can help address any gaps in your keyword strategy. You can even link Google Ads with the Google Search Console to view both paid and organic data at the same time. Collaborating in this way can further increase your visibility and can help with optimizing your web content. Here's one example of sharing keyword insights. We recently promoted a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree for a small university in Louisiana, and we added some of our SEO keywords into that PPC campaign. Sharing the same keywords does not necessarily mean that you'll be paying for clicks that you could have gotten for free from those organic listings. In this case, we saw a 159% increase in organic traffic for those keywords, as well as a 138% increase in paid conversions, with 13% of those coming from the SEO keywords.
Another important aspect of how SEO and PPC can work so well together is by optimizing content that will convert. SEO is far more than just inserting keywords into your copy. It's actually crafting content that can resonate with your audience. In turn, we earn trust from our prospective students. The more they trust us, the more likely they are to convert. And when we write content, we infuse your brand personality in the copy to spark emotional connections with your audiences. This way, you can differentiate your institution from other colleges and increase both organic and PPC conversions on your landing pages. Showcasing your personality and your authentic self is getting more and more important, especially in the age of AI. Your school's unique characteristics are something that technology cannot take away. And we will talk more about how AI impacts search engine marketing. The latest update on Google search engine result page is Search Generative Experience, SGE. So let's see what it looks like. It looks like this screenshot on the right-hand side is a search result that uses generative AI to give you more information and context to your searches. When you search on Google, this AI-generated answer box will pop up and surface the key information related to your search query. It also includes citation to web pages. As you can see in this example, higher ed content can appear in these AI overviews as citations. And this will be an important part of the future of SEO because we know that link cards within AI overviews generate a higher click-through rate than traditional search results. And oftentimes, SGE is triggered by long-tail and question-based searches. For example, how to become a software developer. And in this example, the search query is, can I become a nurse if I don't have a BSN? That's another thing we should know about. Not every query will trigger this SGE box. Google recently announced that SGE is officially rolling out on the US search engine result page and soon will be available in other regions as well. In the past 2 weeks, I have encountered the AI overviews many times when I search on Google, and I really feel that it's changing how I consume information. Another feature SGE has is to continue the conversation with generative AI by asking a follow-up question. Like this screenshot here, you can see that there is a button as a follow-up with some suggestions that Google provides. When you continue prompting and searching with SGE, AI also remembers the conversation and gives you more personalized information. So this advancement is going to make Google search more conversational and more personalized. I would predict that in the near future, students will start using more and more question-based keywords in search to get super specific answers to their questions. And instead of having to browse 100 pages or type in the keywords 100 times to get the information, users might become more comfortable with asking follow-up questions within SGE and find exactly what they are looking for way faster. I know that many people now, including myself, have this very pressing question. Now that SGE is here, is it going to affect my website traffic? Since SGE is still very new, there is a lot of unknown, but I also see it as an opportunity for many universities and colleges to increase their visibility on Google by appearing in the AI overview box. So from an SEO perspective, how can we optimize our website content to increase the chances of being featured in SGE or in the AI overviews on Google? I have a few quick tips here for you. One is to optimize for contextual keywords. Second is to develop in-depth and unique content. And lastly, don't forget to leverage technical SEO. So in terms of your keyword strategy, because SGE is very conversational and personalized, first, we need to identify those question-based searches that will trigger the AI overview box. Then you will optimize the content for those keywords and try to focus on the search intent instead of just optimizing for the exact search term. It's more important to have the content speak to the user's purpose behind their search. And if you want to rank in SGE, I encourage you to develop in-depth content that can answer user questions throughout their entire college search journey. So optimize not only just your program landing pages, but also pay attention to your blog pages and thought leadership content. And demonstrate EEAT in your content. So for example, invite your faculty members to write an article that provides innovative and unique opinions. And utilize internal and external links to enhance your authority signals. Make sure that Google can trust your content so that it can be cited in the AI overview. If you have in-depth and long-form content, it's also recommended to provide a quick summary at the beginning of the page so that it's more digestible. And in the technical area, it's also important to ensure that your website can be crawled and indexed by Google and also has a clear information architecture so that AI can understand the correlation of your content. Again, SGE is experimental and disruptive to the search landscape. However, it also presents new opportunities for SEO and PPC campaigns to work together to support your institution. Now let's take a look at how our paid search ads and organic search results will look like with search generative experience.
Yeah, so to wrap up the SGE section, we have some example visuals as to how SGE has already started to change how results appear on the SERP. On the left is one variation of the SERP that we're all used to seeing with sponsored ads front and center. On the right is how the SERP may look when a search query triggers SGE to appear, which will shake things up a bit with sponsored ads being pushed down the page. During Google Marketing Live yesterday, it was noted that the AI overview may appear below or above sponsored ads. So this example on the right shows how positioning on the page can be impacted with the AI overview appearing at the very top of the page, sponsored ads second, and then lastly, organic results. I do want to emphasize that not every search query will trigger SGE to show up, and we really don't have a definitive answer on how SGE will continue to impact the SERP. However, we have some visuals from Google Marketing Live that we wanted to share. The left shows with a bit more detail what we can expect in terms of common answers to a search. And then when you scroll down, the right screenshot hones in on Google's announcement yesterday that they are now testing shopping and search ads directly in the AI overviews for US users. And then that means organic results appearing directly below. So although SGE might feel like a newer experience, we're already seeing it evolve. I apologize that this example is not higher education specific, but I think it still helps to reinforce the takeaway that with SGE still being tested, nothing is really set in stone yet, including how advertisers could potentially utilize SGE for their ads. But as an agency, we are keeping a very close eye on any developments, along with leveraging our partnership with Google so that we're fully looped in on any potential opportunities and are really at the forefront of utilizing SGE for our clients. Continuing with the very timely topic of AI, we wanted to focus in on this quote from Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google and its parent company, Alphabet. I've always thought of AI as the most profound technology humanity is working on, more profound than fire or electricity or anything we've done in the past. AI is evolving every day, which is exciting and inspired ourselves to think about some predictions we have for the future, which is a lot closer than we think. So we can dive right into our 5 AI predictions for the future, as well as how we can adapt. Our first AI prediction is that search will lean heavily into visual content, increasing integration of images and videos into the search results. And this prediction was reinforced yesterday during Google Marketing Live, as there was definitely a heavy emphasis on images appearing on the SERP. How we suggest to adapt is to incorporate image extensions into PPC campaigns to stand out in a visually driven search environment. This is an easy optimization that only takes me a few minutes to implement when I have the necessary creative assets, so you should all find it hopefully straightforward as well to implement. It could also be valuable to test Performance Max, which uses a variety of text, image, and video assets to drive conversions across channels. It was also announced during Google Marketing Live yesterday that asset level reporting with conversion metrics for each asset is coming for PMax. So if the lack of insight has prevented you from testing this tactic before, this new development could be a good reason to test it now. Add clear and appealing images on your website with descriptive alt text to help convey why an image relates to the content on your page. Alt text helps to ensure that search engine crawlers understand the content, which can ultimately impact ad ranking. So this is an important element. Lastly, embed YouTube videos on your website to increase engagement along with time spent on your website, which can help to heighten interest as well as potentially increase conversions. For those of you that just attended the previous session on user-generated content, it's good to consider this not just from a paid social perspective, but it's valuable to think about ways in which you can incorporate this content into your website as well for tactics such as PPC that rely heavily on the strength of a landing page. Our next prediction is that users will spend more time on the search engine results page getting preliminary information, leading to higher quality web traffic that is informed and ready to convert. It might sound like a broken record, but this prediction was also reinforced yesterday during Google Marketing Live when they shared that people who use AI overviews are more satisfied with their results, leading to high quality clicks and more time spent on site. How we suggest to adapt is to prioritize conversion rate optimizations on your landing pages to effectively guide these high intent users toward your desired conversion. An example of this could be directly embedding an RFI form on the landing page versus needing to click a button to access it. Next suggestion is to maintain fast load speeds, and easy to navigate design and accessibility standards to keep visitors engaged and reduce website bounces. Lastly, we may see lower click-through rates for both PPC and organic ads as search behavior evolves with developments such as SGE. We may also see cost per click impacted for paid search as clicks become higher quality with more time spent on the search engine results page.
Our next prediction is that users will continue to talk more conversationally with search engines. This has already begun with the search generative experience, and It'll likely become more prevalent now that Google announced last week that AI overviews will be available for everyone. To adapt to the new language of search, we recommend testing more long and mid-tail keywords like hybrid Bachelor of Nursing in New York City, which will more closely resemble spoken language. And again, at Google Marketing Live yesterday, Google reported that the volume of searches with 5 or more words grew 1.5 times as fast as shorter queries. So this is definitely something that's worth testing. You can also add structured data markup to your website to help AI better understand and recommend your content in those AI overviews. And speaking of websites, breaking down your content into easily digestible sections with clear headings can further help AI parse your web content. We've all already seen AI generated content, whether we realize it or not. I myself have spent an embarrassing amount of time playing with AI image generators. We do predict that this content will become more widespread, but also that it's going to lead to user fatigue after seeing similar content and themes repeatedly in the search results. To adapt, we recommend first and foremost identify your unique value propositions, but specifically ones that will really appeal to your ideal student. This is going to help differentiate you from other schools and help you really stand out amidst that AI content. If you're not sure what appeals to your target student, try something like a brand perception study, which can dive into different audience segments and what they think of your institution as well as other institutions. Lastly, ask subject matter experts to create thought leadership content for your website, which can help you build more authority in your niche, and you might show up in those AI overviews. Our last prediction is all about privacy. Stay tuned for a session later today for more about the changing privacy landscape. But for now, as AI advances, growing concerns around privacy will likely lead to more regulations and changes to how you track your data. So we recommend keeping updated on the latest policies around privacy to ensure that you're still in compliance. We're lucky in that we hear about Google's updates quickly from our premier partnership, but we also love following digital marketing blogs to stay up to date. You can also explore privacy-centric tracking methods like consent-based data collection to strengthen users' trust in you. And you can start using first-party data collection to build user lists and then target them with an ad campaign to ensure that you're respecting users' privacy while also gathering valuable performance data. We've listed some resources here in case you're interested in learning more. I just quickly want to plug the first link, which is a blog that we just released on Monday about the impact of this year's election on digital advertising. It's a really great read, so we recommend taking a peek for some tips about how to handle this election season. And that concludes our presentation today, and hopefully you now feel more confident about these search strategies. I think we have a few minutes left to answer questions, so as a reminder, you can drop those in the Whova Q&A box.
Thank you all. So we do have a few already questions coming in. So let's start with, we had a few around PMAX campaigns. So I'll toss this one to you, Amy. So the questions are about PMAX campaigns, spam, getting quality leads. What are ways that we've used to ensure that we don't have spammy leads? Someone else had mentioned not being able to negate branded keywords from PMAX. If you could comment to that. And then last kind of segment to this whole PMAX question was about lead form extensions with PMAX in the spammy leads. So I'll start by tossing that your way.
Okay, thank you. I think I saw some of those come through the Zoom chat too. So in terms of lead form extensions and spammy leads that can sometimes come through, we've seen similar things with lead form extensions in other campaign types. So I would really recommend trying directly sending users to a landing page that you design specifically to guide them towards a conversion action. And something that's recommended for PMAX campaigns is to drive performance to the lowest conversion in the funnel that you can. So a lot of times that might be an application submission, and that's going to help send better signals to the algorithm to help the PMAX campaign try to find more users that are likely to convert. The other thing I was thinking about is in terms of spam. Google is going to release a new report in Google Ads that shows you placements from the search partner network, which there's been some controversy about in the digital marketing world lately. So search partner network can allow ads to show on search results that aren't on google.com, which can be a little bit of lower quality. So once that report comes out, we recommend taking a look at it, and you should be able to exclude placements too. I think I got the last one. In terms of brand exclusions, at the account level, there is a way to do brand exclusions, but you can also submit the contact form within your account if you click the little question mark in the top right, and you can work with a Google rep to add a negative keyword list to your PMAX campaign. And you could add brand keywords on there, which can help limit some of that brand traffic.
Thank you. Let's do an SEO question from Mia. Mia, how does local SEO factor in to your strategies for colleges and universities?
Local SEO, that's a good point. So for local SEO, we do a lot of Google, Google Business Profile optimization as well. So for example, for a lot of community colleges that we work with, or universities that they want to recruit in their local community, we use a lot of that strategy. And also we would put some location keywords in your content. For example, XYZ program in Massachusetts, or online MBA program in Boston. So that kind of strategy will help you get some more quality traffic just in your state or in your city.
Thank you. This question, I believe it was regarding responsive search ads. I'll pass this one to Haley. So the person asked, is it true that Google Ads will randomly select, I believe they're referring to like your headlines, the combinations. So you have to be careful on how you, with the ad copy that you choose, so that it doesn't put two phrases together that doesn't make sense. If you wanted to comment on that, I believe that is what the question is referring to.
Yeah, you're right that Google ultimately decides and matches two headlines together. Something that we do when we're seeing really repetitive headlines is we might pin one of them, and that gives you a little bit more control over what headlines are appearing and not leaving it so much up to Google, because of course we want to avoid a headline that has two, or an ad that has two very similar headlines right next to each other. So I definitely recommend pinning one, and then that kind of reduces the likelihood of having very repetitive headlines in an ad.
Thank you. I think we have time for two more. So, well, this one I'm going to address it is from Meg Taylor. With the new shift to AI overviews, organic results are pushed even further down SERP. What should we be focusing on in our SEO strategy to optimize our pages in this new, our program pages in this new AI-driven SERP? I'm thinking we can just, Meg, recommend that you attend our next session that Rebecca is going to be covering. So it's kind of, there's a lot of votes on that one. So I wanted to make sure to call that out, that she's really going to be covering that there.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say too.
Yeah, and I can answer a quick one. One last one from Alyssa. Do you struggle with long-tailed keywords being ineligible due to low search volume on PPC? So that's a quick one. I'll just grab it. One thing that we try doing for those long-tailed keywords is those are good ones to test on broad match, because it's more likely to understand the meaning of it. So yeah, that's just I'll throw in the pro tip there. So thank you all for attending our session. Thank you, Haley, Mia, and Amy. Some last, just if there are any other questions, again, marketing@carnegiehighered.com. Any questions that we didn't get to in the Whova chat, we'll follow up with after the conference. And our next session is starting in less than 15 minutes. It is website optimization, developing and optimizing high-performing program pages. Thanks all. Enjoy the rest of the conference.